Hey guys, welcome in. Welcome back. I didn't expect to take such a long break, but I felt like there was a huge shift happening. There was a lot of messages that came through. So I ended up just reveling in my whole entire trip. I went to New Jersey and visited my friend's crystal warehouse. We did craft night. I did readings on the 3-3 portal and some Reiki, which I am offering. So if you are interested, please check out my website and the services I offer. I have package deals as well because, the more sessions you do, the better. But there's also the free consultation for 15 minutes to see if we vibe. So if you're interested, Reiki sessions are now open, and I would love to help you with balancing your nervous system, giving you a boost of joy and vitality, and whatever else you're looking for. I'm also open for personal readings and whatever else you need that is aligned with what I can offer to you. So, sending you all so much love. I don't know if you felt the energy and the shift, but wow, that has been powerful. I know that there's been a lot of stuff going on in the world, but we have to remember to stay sovereign and we have to shift our mindset in order to handle these times. And by what I mean by that is we have to pay attention to what's going on in our inner world above anything else. It doesn't mean to ignore what's going on in the world, not to ignore how we feel about it, or how it may be affecting others that we love, or that if you love the collective like I do, then you love everyone. And so I've been feeling it too. However, I have to pay attention to my life and in order to keep showing up for everyone else. And I'm not showing up for everyone else in a way that it sounds like it sounds, but I'm filling my cup in order to help others. That's what my purpose is. That's what I'm living out right now. So we're just having to stay sovereign and follow our divine magic. This is the choice that we just went through 222 on this timer here. So it's all about choice. Okay, duality is what you choose to believe. Good or bad, evil, black or white, whatever it is that you believe is going to be true. But you can't make others see the way that you see it. Some people do see it as black and white. And even though we all know in the spiritual world that's not the truth, sometimes two things can be true depending on who you are in the situation. We can't tell other people how to feel, what to believe, what to think, how to decide. That's for us to do in our own lives. And this is really significant for the card that came out. We have both light codes, light initiation, great teacher awakening, divine magic. So learning from what's happening, learning about what's coming up for us during this time of Mercury retrograde, because we're being revisited from things in the past. And remembering that everything that we see in the exterior world is tied to something within us. Everything's a mirror. We're all connected. And as long as you can see that, you're accessing the great teacher within, because the biggest teacher in our lives is ourselves. If you were to ask me, what would be best for you in a certain practice, I would say go within and ask yourself, ask your guides, ask your higher self. Because first we don't want to take on what other people are going to tell us is best for us, because nobody's going to ever know that besides you. And people that do work like me, if they tell you otherwise, then they are fake, it's bullshit, run away. Okay? Because the real people will tell the truth, that you are your greatest teacher. You are what you seek. We're just the catalyst of people who can confirm that you're on the right path by confirming with your spirit team, your spirit guides, whatever it is you believe in. But also we have to remember that we give our power away when we're looking for outside validation. And we're giving our power away when we're asking for everything to be given to us as a sign from our angels and guides, because we are the ones that need to make those decisions and take action in order to see that we are on the right path, which are what those signs are for. It took me a long time to fucking learn that, man. I had been asking for a sign for everything, and the signs were there. I just didn't see it. And now I'm seeing so many signs. It's just like everything is a sign, which is beautiful because it's telling me that every single step I take, the next step is aligning and showing up in the time that I take that first step. And I'm making some big moves here soon. So I am just trusting with everything I have that every step I take is in the right direction. No matter if I see it as good or bad or right or wrong. It's always a lesson. Great lessons. Spiritual learning. Right here. Great lessons in everything. Soul star activation. Fulfilling soul contracts. I'm getting big chills right now. Remembering who you are. This is what is going on right now. You're remembering your sovereign truth. Who you truly are. And this is like voice activation. You're remembering who you are, and everything is aligning the way that we need it to, right? Whew. Take those two. There's like a bunch that came out. But I did see the Dust Devil. So if you feel like things are like you feel lost and confused again, like we had a moment of clarity and then we really got into the middle of this, as we're exiting the eclipse portal, maybe things started to get foggy again. Just to know that time is going to pass. Right now, we just have to stop and take a pause and reflect on where we've been so we can keep taking those lessons forward and not get overwhelmed by all of the light that's being sent to us from these solar flares and the Earth's vibrational pulse that's happening. It's kind of at a slow, it's like the energy's off the charts, but the pulse is like kind of like slowing down too. So like there's this push-pull energy of wanting to do things, but because, also Venus is in Aries, so that's movement. Aries always wants to take action, right? It's always time to take action with Aries when it's in that sign. But sometimes it's meant to show us love, like take action on showing ourselves love and self-care. Because, that's allowing for this revelation to happen, to pause and to reflect. And that kind of gives us this step to take, the sign that shows up and says, hey, this is an unmarked trail. This is a place that you haven't been before. And this is gonna really help you to dive into something great that is going to create like this emotional fulfillment because you're trusting yourself. You're going on this unmarked path, trusting in the unknown that things are going to be aligned for you now because you've already learned the great lessons in the past. And now you have all of that knowledge and wisdom to take forth with you. And this is building a foundation, as we see here. It's a very steady path. And it's very grounding is what I'm hearing. Very, very grounding. It's like the choices that you make are going to bring about consequences that are going to be sustainable for the lifetime. It's going to like create a foundation that is abundant in whatever way that you see abundance or that you're calling it in for yourself. It's a collective message. So take what resonates, leave the rest for someone else. And this is like the time for you to dive deep into those shadows, the emotions. Shadows are just the darker aspects of ourselves that we avoid or that we don't recognize while we're in flight or flight, survival mode, trauma. But now we have the time to pause and recognize that we're not in it anymore. You're not there anymore. You got yourself out, and now you have to keep going on this new journey. 10 reduces to a 1. This is an ending that creates a new pathway. And as you decide to move forth, 20 breaks down to, or 20 breaks down to a 2, which is about choice, duality, which I was just talking about. And this is getting clear, so that way when you do make this choice, you're doing it from the heart. You're doing it from your gut. Your heart is your second gut, and your gut is your second heart. This is very much tied together. And, you know, these consequences are going to bring this feast of plenty, which is great. I mean, this is like the fruits of your labor coming in from all of the hard work that you've done. And I feel like this has been a very long path and you're a very old soul. So if you don't resonate with any of that, this is not your message. And this is just a confirmation that this is the threshold, the bridge that you're crossing now. This is initiation towards the future. This is closing the door to the old you, and this is walking towards the new you. And we have Feast of Plenty showing up, right? But we also have this like overflow. As you take action, there can be overwhelming plenty, but just make sure that you just stay grounded and stay on that trail. Don't go on that fork in the road that, you know, gives you the glimpse of the old energy to stay comfortable. Don't do it. It's a trap. And yes, I am seeing Star Wars, dude, in my mind. It's a trap, because it is. This is going to bring you back to where you were. It's going to overwhelm you, and you're not going to be able to go forth towards the Feast of Plenty. There's so much generosity happening for you, but we also have to be generous with others. So I'm going to take this message as closing. I'm going to read it from the book, because I just got this deck in Jersey while I was at my friend's Magical Warehouse, Venus Moon, in Glendora, Jersey. So if you are in that area, or you end up in that area, I definitely recommend you go into that Magical Warehouse, because that place was off the charts. I even wrote a funny, well, it's not funny, but I wrote a review, and she wanted me to, but I told her when I walked into her Magical Warehouse, I felt like I had a spiritual orgasm. It felt like it, because it was just, the energy was just so overwhelming, but in a beautiful way. Take a breath. Let's center ourselves. I felt like the energy was starting to move forward. I saw 1212 just now. Okay, so we got 2 messages. I'm going to read them both, because thank you for giving my words back, Mercury. This book is beautiful, and it explains it so beautifully, and I am brand new to this deck, so I would rather get the messages from there. This book has just been so cool. Let's see, smoke, here we go. Okay. I'm learning the deck as I do these readings, so I'm just looking at what it shows to me. Yeah, there's definitely some type of fog here. Smoke is a tantalizing phenomenon. Stealth-like and seductive, it swirls and twists, rising and disappearing. It travels great lengths with its signature scent, warning of a flame somewhere in life's laboratory. Such is the nature of the smoke card. When present, the senses are aroused and enticed, yet the warning of fire cannot be ignored. What kind of smoke is it? Was the fire intended, a ritual or accident? Does the smoke carry notes of incense and herbs, or is it laced with the fear-stricken scent of destruction? The smoke card asks us to wake up, to become alert, and to what is happening around us. Something burns. Those around you may fall under smoke seduction, or they may flee in panic. Don't get distracted by their response. Stay in your own laboratory and see what emerges as you study the smoldering veil. Yeah, this is talking about a warning of illusion, and this illusion smoldering out your fire. So this is really significant to me about staying grounded throughout what's going on in the world, because if we can get swept up in what everybody else is thinking and the fear that they're trying to rise up in the world that's keeping us stuck in this low vibrational state, it's just feeding the machine. Don't do that. Take a break from news, take a break from social media, take a break from being out there and listening to everybody else's opinions. Stay true to yourself. Stay connected to your inner guidance, your inner light, and make sure that that is what is navigating you forward, okay? And if you need help getting back to your sovereignty, reach out to me. I'll get you back there. We don't have to do a service or a session. I'm just trying to keep people in their light. Send me comments in here. I'll help you get back. Water is going to be super important right now. Okay, now we have summer. And I love this card because I actually pulled this for myself. This card is so beautiful. This is what I feel like. This is my tree. The tree I planted myself away from my family. I already burned that one down. Anyway, back to you. To experience summer is to be embodied. The summer air kisses every crevice of our body, opening us up in ways long forgotten. Lust, desire, laughter, sweat, physicality. These are all expressions of summer's fullness shining through. When this card appears, know that the senses are heightened and the work is nearing full expression. It may feel as though things are electrified or about to burst. Keep in mind that like all alchemical seasons, summer will soon pass. For now, everything in your narrative is fleshed out, and the story has just another chapter or two until it begins again. So revel in this time of ripening and rhythm. Celebrate, gather, connect. Whether the season is literal or metaphorical, let yourself be swept into the pulse of these hot and heavy nights. To ponder all that is ripening. So I'm really seeing, this is also about fullness, vitality, and sensuality. So I really feel like the work that you're doing or that you have been doing is ripening. And as we're allowing this smoke to clear, we're taking the time to get clear on our values, our internal validations. What do we want? What do we want to feel? Who do we want to embody? What are the things we want to welcome into our lives? What are the things we won't take anymore? What we won't put up with anymore? And I've got a dragonfly right on my window. So this is about a transformation, okay? I'm seeing, so back here is breath. And this is about taking a breath, right? The smoke can help or can cause like, sorry, that dragonfly keeps flying around like a fairy, and I totally just saw a fairy in my mind, and maybe I just saw a real fairy, who knows? However, smoke can cause us to have trouble breathing. So because this is in the back of the deck, this is why we need to take a breath while this smoke is around us, because we aren't seeing the actual work that is happening underneath the surface, which is what happens when we plant, right? When we plant the seeds, when we're in this fog and the smoke, we can't see clearly what's happening. So pretty soon you're going to be seeing this, and you're going to be reveling into the NFC 1818. You're going to be reveling in your abundance. You're going to realize all the work you did brought you to this place of happiness and true fulfillment. And nobody's going to be able to shake you off your path. So I hope that this was helpful. I will be doing a video tomorrow about holistic health, overall shift of the mindset of overall health. So I'm really excited about this episode, and I hope that this message was insightful. I will be posting more readings coming soon. I'm going to catch up and get onto the astrological signs as well. So subscribe for more content. Send any comments or like the videos. You'll be entered into a giveaway when I hit 1,000 subscribers. Get your friends over. I'm just sending you so much massive love through all this. I know you're doing big work. Till next time.